here's that mighty mass solution that everyone goes, you didn't do that. So you sit there and you have what you're saying, and you always can say that. You just go as far as like the world can see. But what you've done is that you said peace. Because at the end of the day, you can just keep, oh, you don't get it. No, really. So it's nice to just kind of mellow and enjoy the day. Because what you really do is a continuation of all things. So when I was saying this thing, I was going with, well, I said this really nice wisdom or nice things and said it in the piece that I said. So I was just like, oh, so I worked and worked and worked and worked. And then what would you live? So you just go back to what you're saying, and it all comes back to the mighty sky opens. It's like you got to know when you've seen God a couple times in your life. I mean, you might as well. So what you say? So you wanna do it here, or you want to do it where you want to do it? Because what he's gonna say is, you just keep sitting, and at the end of the day, what you know to do is what you know to do. So you just go and you go and you go. This is when you can take it and work with it and understand. I have my own wisdom to what I say. What I say is my peace, peace, peace. Then it gets right back into sitting and sitting like I always am doing. You can't read that, can you? Because I just sit and sit and sit and sit and sit. What is the point of what I'm always telling people in life? You can just pray. You can just pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. And at the end of the day, all you have is prayer, and you can just continue to pray. Because when you just pray and pray and pray, what can you do? You can pray and pray and pray. But what you have is you have this wisdom, and you have this nice thing that you say. And you might want to keep that. You might want to go with that piece, your piece. But what is the point of what you're not saying? You're not probably always talking about prayer when you really should be. Because what you do is the same point of prayer. So if you have that wisdom going, what is your point? You pray and you just continue to pray. It's prayer. So prayer is always prayer. So if you want to get into prayer, you just continue to live. And it's really a wisdom of living and nothing. So you just pray. And the best part about the prayer that you end up saying is that when you end up even saying all things and proof check it, go back and double check it and sit where you're sitting and go back, your holy point is still the same. Every day you're just praying, so you're really not. And that's all prayer at the same time is sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting. So you want me to do it here or not? Because I'll come back, give you another video, or I can say we said this, or peace, because what we can do is we can continue to pray, and the best one that you have is still the same. It's still prayer that you say all throughout life, of prayer. Because what will you do in life? You don't really have to do anything. You just continue to sit, and you just don't really have a point until you start praying. Yeah, what we need in the lands is a prayer of time, prayer of peace, the world our sweet prayer. Because you just pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray, and at the end of the day, all you end up doing in life is the same continuation of prayer. So you pray and you pray and you pray until you know what, you can't really pray anymore, and that's the best that you can say is you can pray until you pray, and you can pray until you can't pray, and you pray until you can't pray anymore. It's all you can do is pray until you can't pray until you can't pray anymore. Love all. Deuce, peace, sit, adios, bye, see ya. Have a good day, Earth. Keep the peace, dog. Hit me up.